Okay. Is this working any better for everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
it.
actually, looks good.
You are not frozen.
Well, that's good. Being frozen is bad. All right. Let me switch everyone back around. Okay. So, I'll do a quick re-explanation. You all pass through the woods, and eventually you find yourselves at this tower. Um, there's faint candlelight coming from inside, and it leads to the shallow. The ground's very marshy. It's kind of sunken. Your boots begin to sort of sink into the mud. However, it is stable enough to walk on. And you see this tower, and at the base of it, the side of it, there's this scaffolding here that clings to the side, but it all looks very, very decrepit. It looks as though it's barely hanging together. And at the base of it, you see a barrel-topped wagon, very similar to those that you recognize the Vistani use. As you approach closer to the tower, under the layers of mud, you see that this wagon sports a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have this fancy gold trim. There's a brass lantern that hangs from each corner, and red drapes cover a tombstone-shaped window on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which is a cheap wooden sign that reads, "Keep Out." And as such... Oh.
Not very likely.
I will migrate you all out to roll 20. This is where you find yourselves at. And as you can see further ahead, the entrance to this tower and the barrel-top wagon right here. You can move about freely, however, just don't move your character inside yet without letting me know or asking.
Sorry to interrupt. Is there a way I can get rid of the people so it says like our names and they're blocking a lot of the view for me on Roll20? Is there a way to get rid of that?
Give me one moment.
If you go in settings, and then scroll down to...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can change it to names won't be.
Everyone check out the Van Renfield model Chase got me for my birthday.
Oh, sick.
That's funny. That's what's up.
I need to remake Malachi now that my mini's been
broken. And this is Brandon's,
I definitely wanna...
Malachi's Spectre that has now is still following, still very creepily and eerily following just beside you.
I definitely
What, the werewolf?
The
Sorry.
Spectre of the werewolf, yes.
Okay, go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
want to draw my sword and move closer to this wagon.
Feel free
Was
to move
that
around.
Anfield
Yeah.
saying that?
I can't. I'm not able to access Roll20.
You're
right
not
now.
able to access Roll20.
No. Let me try again real quick. It's roll20.net, right?
Yeah.
Roll20, yeah.
It keeps. It's like something's going on with my shit because D&D Beyond was fucking up and this was fucking up. Let me try it.
Is your internet just doing rough then?
I don't know. Because it would let me visit other, and it like lets me visit the homepage. It's only when I try and log into like my account, it like isn't working.
Can't move the Spectre since it's on your end.
Oh, well, let me change that real quick.
Let me
You should
try
now
it
be
too.
able to move the Spectre.
Let me try and do this on Chrome instead of Safari.
So, again, as you all approach this wagon, the lanterns on the outside of it are dimmed. They've been snuffed. They appear to have been out for quite a while. The door on the back end of it is padlocked, and there is the wooden sign that says "Keep Out." And as you get closer to the tower, you recognize, and I'll move you all over for just a moment, that there are very strange markings on the door to the tower. You see this thick iron brace door with these strange symbols, and you notice that there's no real door handle.
Can I do I want to Arcana check this.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
Let's see. Plus 22.
Oh,
Give me one moment. There we go. 22. So there is very clearly some sense of magic to not only this door, but this tower. You actually feel the hum and the energy around it, and you actually recognize this, and you've interacted with it a few times in your travels as a blood hunter. There's an anti-magic field surrounding this tower. You are clearly able to recognize that whatever magic you would try to do to open this door would not work. Additionally, this door appears to be sealed magically, and there's something that must be done upon this door, or at least to or near something that must be done to open it.
I'd like to try to cast a cantrip.
You're
Okay.
really quiet.
Like light. I'm really quiet.
Yeah.
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 Really quiet.
You're trying to cast light.
I just want to see if it works.
As you hold out your hand and attempt to conjure the magic, nothing happens.
Oh. Is this any better? Am I still quiet?
Go a little bit louder if you can.
I cannot go any louder.
Okay.
Unless it's
That'll work then.
some levels on.
Just talk louder.
Scream.
Yeah, scream in this motherfucker.
Okay. So
I am turned up as high as possible on everything I got. That's
Okay.
weird. Apparently this is way too loud.
Findrall, you can
Okay.
also move your character, or unless you actually do just want to staying that far behind from everyone, that's fine. But
It won't let me move it.
it absolutely
Okay.
should.
It just keeps drawing. I don't know why.
Controlled by
You have
determined.
to on the top left.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
that.
yeah, I know select move, but I mean, it just.
Oh, that's
Oh, there we go. I don't
Oh,
know what
God.
I'm just moving around here. I want to move around and check out this
It's
scaffold.
freaking on my end.
Oh Lord,
Malachi just went out into the water.
is he gone? Where'd he go? Where'd you put him?
I didn't put him in it. He just,
There he is.
I clicked him and he disappeared. It's
There he
just bugging out hardcore for me. I don't
Okay.
know what the hell.
So you're moving around to towards the scaffolding.
Yeah, with my monster.
wanna- I want to check out this scaffolding too. I've moved over there.
going on.
Okay.
Ah!
And I think
Sorry.
I just kind of want to kind of investigate it.
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
what?
What the hell is that beeping? Is that roll 20
Yes.
going whoop?
I don't know. Someone
That's better.
is making some whoop whoop sounds.
You have to do
It's mine.
forward,
I got a 22.
if you do
22. Okay.
to roll one for roll 20, you do /R and then number,
Maybe.
key number.
Okay.
Yeah, I made these macros that we're supposed to do it. Anyway.
All right. Van Renfield, you can see that these rotting wooden beams that support this scaffolding, they're creaking and groaning with the slightest breeze. There's a series of ladders and platforms that lead up to a hole in what appears to be the third floor, but you imagine that this scaffolding could support one person rather safely. However, hey, Josh, quit just moving around everywhere.
Oh my god.
Could move. I mean, do you want to rush up the scaffolding, Josh?
Is it just like steps?
Well, that's what Van Renfield is investigating right now.
I'm telling you right now, this thing is hanging by a thread. Can maybe fit one of us, max. I volunteer to climb up if no one else wants to, but
I mean, another option is I can have Xantix 2 fly up there. Oh wait, no, did Xantix 2 get ganked? He got ganked, didn't he? Fuck.
Yep.
Never mind.
not to bring up a sore wound, but I believe Xantix 2 got ganked.
Fuck.
I can have my Spectre move up to it. So does the Spectre float, weigh a lot? Does he behave?
You know what? You're rather familiar. The Spectre is like ethereal. I mean, it just
It's
floats.
like Toby.
You imagine it weighs nothing.
All right, but he can interact with this world. So I'm gonna have him I'm gonna have him go up and kind of press down and give it good amount of weight onto it.
Right, your dude is like a feature boy, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'll move him up here, but so he floats up and he begins sort of putting pressure on the scaffolding. You do know
Not
that this,
insignificant either. Like
you do notice that you do know that this your specters are not known for any sort of strength capabilities. In fact, they have like no strength whatsoever. So even it's able to interact with the scaffolding, but not really. You're probably not sure that that's a good measure. I mean, it probably puts like a couple pounds extra on there.
Malachi will hop up there. He's pretty nimble.
Okay. So Malachi, you move up the scaffolding, and as you move, you can't help but sort of do it gingerly because this thing is creaking and groaning as you move. And once you reach sort of the top, but it is holding. It is holding with you and the Spectre on top. When you reach the top, you find yourself indeed on what appears to be the third floor. And you peek into what is this crumbled gap in the side of the tower. And you peer inside and you can see that time and the elements have pretty much all but destroyed this chamber, leaving this giant gash in the northwest wall. And you can see that slimy black mildew covers the walls. The wooden floor is completely rotted and has begun to fall away in places. And if you give me just one moment, I will show you what exactly this third floor looks like. Now, is that appearing like weirdly transparent?
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah, it is, but it's all right. I think I get it.
Super.
Oh,
weird.
that's cool. It's on different like layers.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
So
It just changed on. That's cool.
So you have this gap here in this wall, and you can see that there's these openings below. And you can tell that this floor is just rotted away. However, you do see that in the center, there appears to be an intentional gap, like a sort of square that seems to be intentionally cut out.
Who's in front of the door? Is that Xantix?
That
Yeah.
is Xantix.
Mine won't.
I was
update
about to
until-
say, I kind of want to go around and just like knock on the door.
I
This guy's
I was
supposed
gonna-
to be on our side.
Xantix, I moved you over to what is on the door since you're that close
Yeah.
examining.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to look at.
Okay. And Van Renfield, I'll move you there as well.
I moved myself.
Well, here's what you'll see.
Okay, gotcha.
So, Malachi, what would you like to do?
my Roll20 is not updating at all for some reason. I keep refreshing.
Okay.
I'm trying to look on the screen.
So basically, you're standing in front of this gap in this tower, and you can see the rotted and decaying wooden floors inside. What would you like to do? You see nothing
step
really
in.
else in there. Okay.
with my Specty boy. He's
Okay.
gonna go in front of me actually.
He's gonna go in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, give me one moment.
This is right after the werewolf fight we had in the last session, right?
Yeah,
Right.
it's a few hours after, but you've not
Yeah,
had
that-
any sort
right,
of
okay.
rest.
Right. Okay. That's what.
Oh, no.
We kept walking.
Malachi.
Jason, do I don't recognize these symbols other than like the obvious that they're vaguely humanoid, or do I?
Make a Arcana check.
If I like, these were the markings that.
What?
What'd you say, Van
Is-
Renfield?
You cut your audio cut out.
Craig, what did you say?
Ooh, nat 20.
Okay. Okay.
These are the
so,
markings that are the markings of anti-magic that I saw earlier, right?
these are not markings of anti-magic. No, the anti-magic is something that you can feel in the energy around you. It's sort of neutering whatever magic feelings you have inside of you.
Okay.
However-
okay, gotcha.
Malachi,
I feel impotent.
as you as you send your specter in, and you're back on the scaffolding, you haven't quite stepped in. You send your specter in, and its ghostly form trickles across and just floats into the room, and you can sort of hear the wood sort of groaning a bit, but he's floating in air. He's not really putting any weight on the wood, but he floats in, floats over this gap, and sort of floats in the center of the room. Nothing appears to happen. Xantix,
And
you check the
it was a
door.
nat 20.
Yeah,
Holy,
nat 20. You
it's a 28.
you look at this door, and these are not symbols that are any sort of real arcanic runes or arcanic symbols. This actually appears to be what you're able to deduce a puzzle. This is something.
Yeah.
This is something that you would have to solve to get in to dispel whatever anti-magic or and to open the door. All right,
I guess
Findraw, are you doing anything? Are you just examining the cart?
Yeah, I'm chilling. He's just looking at shit.
What are you looking at specifically?
Well, I'm looking at Xantix. Basically fiddle with this fucking door. And just thinking to myself,
Gotcha.
well, what an idiot.
Xantix, Victor comes up beside you and he says, what are we doing exactly outside?
oh, it's a puzzle, and there's an anti-magic field. We can't cast any magic until we
Oh.
solve it. I mean, these are not arcane markings, as far as I can tell. They look like body positions. Hold on, let me try something. I'll step back, and I'll do the little dance that the little dude is doing.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second.
That's like this one where it's like doom, 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 like in order that the
Yeah.
line is going. That's hilarious. This is
All right. Okay.
Van Renfield wants to kind of like watch Xantix doing this. Kind of like pulls out his pipe and smokes it, and it's like impressed at both the dance moves and the ingenuity.
Okay. Xantix, do it.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna start on that one. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. And the door unlocks, and magic is returned.
You see the door begin to sparkle as the lines and the figures begin to glow a faint blue, and you see flickers of electricity, and you sort of brace yourself, and the door swings open.
Bum,
You
bum,
Well
bum,
done, wooden
bum,
man.
bum, bum.
How the fuck do you figure that out?
They're shaped like little people. What can I say?
okay?
I got
Give
a
me one
+8 to investigation.
Okay. All right, the door swings open, and you now can see inside. Malachi, I'm going to move this third floor over, but I'm going to keep it there so you can sort of keep taking a look at it, and I'll keep the Spectre there. But you're still right outside the scaffolding.
Okay. Yeah, it's fucking up for me nonstop.
That's okay. Malachi, I will switch to you though, and I'll describe it. Your Spectre has floated in. He's floating in the middle of the room.
Brandon, what browser are you using?
I was using Chrome, and then I switched to Opera.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry, Chase. Go ahead.
It's okay.
I have nothing to add.
Okay, but your Spectre is just floating in the middle of the room as it just sort of glided, and you can tell that the Spectre's not adding any extra weight to the ground, but you do just hear the ground croaking and groaning from the wind and the movement. And you actually hear it groan extra as the door on the first floor swings open.
Okay. I'm gonna gingerly step in then.
Okay. As you move in, I want you to roll a perception check.
Oh God. Let me see what my perception is again. I'll see. Okay. Well, my dice roll. First roll of the day. 14.
14.
Yeah.
You slowly, gingerly begin to step in, and right as your foot is about to step down right at the entrance of the gap, you pause because you see a slight flicker, a slight reflection, and you notice there's a wire under your foot, and you just hold your foot there for a moment. And you pause, and you look around, and you trace the wire, and you sort of lean in your head, and you see that on the ceiling, is two large pieces of wooden debris that are set up and cut and placed in a way that they are like two jagged battering rams tipped with what appears to be some sort of silver that, had you triggered this tripwire, would have swung down and crashed into you.
Does it look like I can Malachi, does it look like if I were to like hit it, I could easily dodge it from here from my perspective and jump out the room? Is it like right on the floor?
Basically, how I would handle that is you would roll a dexterity check with advantage. But
Okay. I'll use the scythe and go ahead, sorry.
oh, you're going to use the scythe?
To just like hit it and trip it.
Okay.
That way I'm a little further away physically.
Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
With advantage. Oh, sweet. That's going to be really good. 16 plus whatever. You said saving throw, not a skill.
Saving throw, yeah. So you get a +3 to that.
That's a 19.
19. You step back onto the scaffolding and you just trigger it with your scythe, and you just step back out of the way, and the two beams just right by you to your right, and you hear the sort of tower groaning as these things swing by, but they swing out and then swing back in, and actually the mechanism on top breaks and crumbles as one of the jagged pieces falls into the ground, crashing through the wooden floor on the third floor, and crashing and landing into the second floor. You all who just opened the door just hear something crash on the floor above you, and you see that some of the wooden floor above you has splintered and caved in just a bit, but nothing's quite falling through yet.
Oh. I'll take a.
Malachi,
gingerly step into the first floor.
Okay, Xantix, make a perception check.
Okay. That's the one I'm bad at. I'm not terrible at it. I'm bad at it. It's an 8.
8?
Yeah.
You are looking and a bit cautious, but there's a lot to take in this room, and you begin to step forward, and you're a robot, so you don't really have muscles to tense, but you do feel a bit uneasy. But you take your steps forward, and nothing seems to happen. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Cool.
As you step inside, the flagstone floor of this room is strewn with wooden debris, and that clearly has come from the wooden ceiling or the wooden floor above you. And a few old crates stand near the edges of the walls. You see a 5-foot square indention in the center of the floor above you, and you see that it contains 4 pulleys attached to very taut iron chains that stretch up through a similarly sized hole in the rotted wooden ceiling above and just keeps going up to the very, very top, forming what you can guess must be some sort of makeshift elevator, that the platform of which is up at the very, very top. Standing next to the chains and sort of holding them in their hands are 4 very large clay statues, and that's what these things are right here. Go ahead, Van Renfield.
I was just gonna say that I want to move in like right behind Xantix, and parallel his movements, like standing behind him. So I'm kind of like using him a bit as like a human shield. Well, not even a wooden person shield.
He's actually made of brass, by the way. Fun fact.
Brass.
As you do that, Van Renfield, you actually can notice behind you that both Victor and Piddlewick 2 are doing the exact same thing that you are doing to Xantix, to you. They are slowly just creeping behind you.
Uh-huh.
It looks like there's some sort of elevator here, but it's all the way up at the top.
Should we call out, see if our vampire hunter is here?
Oh, I thought he was dead. That was the impression I was.
I
The
think
stories
the
you've heard is
impression
that
I was given-
he was thrown off a like massive waterfall and plummeted, basically just thrown off a cliff by Strahd.
The half-elf seemed to believe that he might still be alive.
I thought we were just coming here because we were looking for his things, or like clues. That was my impression.
Perhaps. In that case, I want to call out, anybody home? Home? Home?
You call out Van Renfield and you pause for a moment, but there's no answer. Just the creaking of the old wood of the tower around you.
Doesn't
All right.
seem like anyone's here. Can I check out these statues?
Yeah, I was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, both of you roll investigation checks.
Can we make it? I'll just roll it with advantage.
Nope.
Okay, fair enough. Need it. Is that 23?
23.
I only got a 10.
Okay. Van Renfield, these are some clay statues. You know, they're kind of cool looking, but other than that. Xantix,
They seem to be. I want to say like, as if I am like giving the most important information ever. Like they seem to be made out of clay.
Yes.
Xantix, you're able to tell that these
They are made of clay.
clay statues are made out of clay for a reason, as they appear to be clay golems. However, they seem to be only placed here as they're the ones who activate the pulley system for the elevator. And you do know enough about clay golems to know that typically they respond to some sort of phrase or word.
Does anyone speak? Does anyone know the word for friend in Elvish?
Melloc. I am half elf, so I would say the name for friend in Elvish.
We just watched all the extended editions.
Yeah, so, I mean, clay golems typically respond to, like, orders or phrases or things like that. But you typically have to know what to say.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, Malachi. So you are up on this third floor. You've just activated this trap. Your specter just sort of like turns and just like looks at you. And you're actually able to see, even from its undead face, it's like, come on, man, you're going to send me through that? Like, but the specter just sort of stares at you, and you get a better look into the room, and you do see the iron chains that go through this 5-foot square in the middle. And you can see that it does lead further up onto one more floor. But around the room, I mean, there's just a few crates and this collapsed floor.
Crates.
Yeah. One of them appears to be opened and have some rather spoiled, like tomatoes and simple garden products.
Well, gonna step in. I'm looking for more stuff trying to kill me. Traps. I'm gonna do a scan as best as Malachi can.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Oh, nice. I don't have a negative on that. Oh, 17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus nothing. It's just a
As
straight up.
soon as your foot steps on just the edge of the wood, it's very clear that this wood is going to collapse at anything. I mean, the scaffolding outside was able to support you barely. If you take another step, you're going to fall right through. Especially now that basically since the two jagged battering rams fell into the wood, this thing is going to give way at any moment.
Okay, so does the room look like from that investigation? Am I seeing anything that looks important or something that is catching my eye?
Nothing that looks important, honestly. I mean, these look like old crates that have been left here for a while.
All right, I'm gonna have the Spectre go to that one crate that's not been opened, see what's in it.
Okay. Your Spectre flies over and tries to get its fingers around the crate and try to open it, but, I mean, it's nailed shut. It has nothing to really open it with.
Eldritch Blast it as he's licking it.
Okay, roll an attack. And by the way, there's 2 unopened crates. Do you want to just 1 beam for each?
Yeah.
Okay, roll an attack for both.
Oh, wrong one. 23 for the first. 13 for the second.
Yeah, they both I'm just kidding. So they both smack. They both smack into the crates and just collapse them. What spills out of one of them, the one your Spectre is flying over, is more very spoiled old vegetables that are like pretty much rotted and decayed. The other one, what spills out is pretty much like what look like old moth-eaten linens, like just sort of bedding that has been long left here.
Spectre, I want the Spectre to scoop up the linens and bring them over.
Okay.
So I can sift. I want to sift through them.
Okay. You sift through the linens. There's a
I'm
lot of
seeing if
holes
there's
in them.
anything hidden.
Yeah. You unwrap the linens, and there's nothing inside. Just some holes. Looks as though they've been chewed up by rats and moths.
I'm gonna throw them outside.
They're magic lens.
Chucks them outside. Okay, Xantix, Van Renfield. Let's see. Findraw, are you still waiting outside? Findraw.
My mic's muted. So my ear's been bleeding, so I've been trying to like mitigate it while listening.
That's
So,
not alarming at all.
As of right now, I moved my character. I'm chilling right here.
Okay.
What floor am I on, Chase? Am I on
The third floor. Yeah.
Oh, okay, and there's one more above me.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, keep going. I'm just thinking.
You're good. So, you all, after a moment, notice that Donovic and Zimnis and his faithful Bloodhawk have moved inside, as has Toad. Toad's just hanging out by the front door with Piddlewick.
Chase,
I want to. No, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Xantix.
I was going to ask if I could like tell the make of these golems.
What do you mean by the make?
Like, are they like are they dwarven design? Or are they gnomish? Like, are they a human golem?
Based on your
I would assume that
based
there's,
on
like,
your
different styles.
investigation check, they appear to be human in shape. Not quite as well crafted as maybe a dwarf would,
Yeah.
or a gnome. So you can assume that these are of human make.
Okay. Lower.
As you say that, They pull the chains up, and slowly this 5 foot wide, 5 by 5 foot wide elevator platform slowly lowers to the ground. It takes a minute. It takes a minute, but it does eventually reach, and it just and you notice that like these golems aren't perfect. It's like it's kind of wonkily bringing it down, but it's down and it's there.
Does it look like it'll be able to hold my weight?
Roll an investigation check.
19.
Yeah, it should hold you.
And pedal weight.
Yeah, this seems to be made of sturdier stuff. This seems to be more kempt and kept up with and maintained than the rest of the tower, honestly.
Gotcha. Well, I think it'll be able to handle me and Piddlewick together, but unless someone else wants to go first.
There's honestly like very little room, so you kind of have to like hold Piddlewick.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I figured me and Van Renfield wouldn't be able to.
No.
chill.
Honestly, and Piddlewick just sort of like jumps up in your arms and looks kind of excited.
It's a piggyback situation.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
We'll let you be the guinea pig. Enjoy the ride.
And I look to the golem and go, up.
And as he says it,
Wave down at them. They like that. That's what I say.
you are brought up and up, and it is by no means a smooth ride. It is very, very, very difficult to hang on. In fact, so much so that I need you to roll a dexterity check with disadvantage because you have Piddlewick on your back.
Shit. All right. Let's see how this goes. Oh, okay. That's not the worst. Oh, that's a nat 20, baby.
Okay, what was the worst one?
Disadvantage. Fuck.
Yes.
That's crazy. It's also
Wow,
nat
wow.
20.
What was it?
6.
6. Okay.
Fuck.
You try to hang on to the iron chains, and Piddlewick tries to help. However, once you reach the second floor, one of the chains just dips to the right, and both of you fall down. And you're really not able to grab onto anything to save you. There's no railing or anything. This is just a straight, this is just a straight like piece of wood. It's very, very poorly designed. But as you crash into the wood on the second floor, you feel sort of ready to brace yourself for it to cave in, but it does barely manage to keep the weight of both you and Piddlewick. But it feels very, very unsafe.
I'll call down to the golems. Second floor.
And the elevator, like that had continued to go up, just sort of stops and comes a bit down to the second floor.
Get back on it.
And this floor, before you go, this floor you do see is pretty empty. It's very similar. It's very similar to what Malachi saw on the third floor.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll hop back on, and I'll call back down. Top floor.
Is Piddlewick on your back again?
Piddlewick, maybe you should just stand to the side.
Piddlewick kind of looks up at you and kind of looks around and just sort of cocks his head.
Oh, right. Yeah, I don't think that would work. Let's see. Do I have a spell for this? Does the wizard have a spell for this? I could cast grease. That should help things.
I
That
wouldn't
sounds like it
count
would
on being
make it
able to
worse.
use magic.
Piddlewick, how
Oh,
about I just go up and then we'll meet back later?
Piddlewick just sort of looks down at the ground.
Hold on. Let me check my cantrips. I gotta pull up cantrips.
Malachi, what are you doing as you sort of hear
Yeah,
this
when someone else
elevator
go.
going up?
Is that the only way it looks like that I can get up to the 4th floor?
The elevator does appear. There's no stairs or anything on the floor you're looking at.
All right, I'm gonna step outside.
Okay.
Cast fly on
All right.
myself.
So you
This man's got a fly.
you extend the energy and you use up your spell slot. However, the magic just fizzles and
Even outside.
even outside.
Shit.
Oh shit, that's right. There's still an anti-magic field. Okay, well then we'll just I'll give it another shot with my boy.
I'm gonna try climbing the outside of the. Does it look pretty climbable?
No. It looks like
No?
very steep, and what maybe you could grab onto looks ready to crumble off at any moment.
On the exterior of the building.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna take out my rope. I'm gonna tie Piddlewick to me, thus freeing up both my hands, and I can hold on to 2 chains at the same time.
Okay. You take the second to tie.
I don't think you want to hold on to 2 chains. I think that might make him very upset.
Boo.
Ugh.
Sorry.
De-inspiration. So you tie yourself to Piddlewick, and you both just sort of kind of like huddle close together on this elevator. It's a bit wonky, but you're there, and you can grab onto the chains. What are you doing?
Up, top floor.
Go ahead and roll the dexterity check with no disadvantage.
All right, let's see how this goes. All right, that one's better. That one's a 12.
Sorry, a dexterity saving throw, if that makes any difference.
Yeah, that's the same.
Okay. 12. It's a very, very bumpy ride, and you are about, as soon as you like catch eyes with Malachi, you feel yourself about to fall out. However, you're just able to cling on and stay put. But as soon as the ladder kind of clings to a halt at the top and stops abruptly, you fall out, but you are on the 4th floor. And if you scroll to the right on your Roll20 page, good. Okay. Up here at the top floor, you see that unlike the levels below, this room shows signs of recent habitation. And although the place reeks of mold and mildew, it has plenty of comforts, including a cozy bed, a desk with a matching chair, bright tapestries, and a large iron stove with plenty of wood to feed it. Hanging from the ceiling by wires is a wooden flying contraption that looks like a set of folding dragon wings fitted with leather straps, metal buckles, and taut leather wing flaps. Light somewhat enters through arrow slits in the top of this tower, but the windows have been boarded shut. Another feature of this room including a standing suit of armor and a large wooden chest. Old wooden rafters bend under the weight of the tower roof, which has somehow remained intact, but it does seem to be sturdy. Mounted to the rafters are pulleys around which the iron chains hang that supported the tower's elevator platform. So if we zoom in a bit, you have, here's the stove, here's this desk, the cozy bed, a bedside table, a suit of armor, and this old wooden chest in the back corner.
I'm just gonna hang out. I'll wait for the rest of the crew to make it up before I get like into anything.
Okay.
It seems pretty well booby trapped.
Okay. Are the rest of you wanting to take the elevator up?
I kind of want to go bust into this wagon.
Okay.
I'll cast message with my hat. And I'll roll for that.
Whatever magic
Yeah,
you try to cast fades from your
Shit.
fingers.
Oh. Shit.
So, Van Renfield, you step outside towards the wagon, but Victor does walk very confidently up to the statues and says, "Down." And the elevator slowly begins to crumble down. Xemnas looks as though he's readying himself to go up as well. Findral, what are you doing?
Indra says to the party, "There's no way in hell I'm going on that rickety contraption."
Okay. Are you staying in the tower?
Yeah, I'm standing bottom level, just fucking looking around, not anything in particular.
Donovic sort of stands in the doorway of the tower, kind of looking back at you, Van Renfield, but doesn't really say much. He's just kind of watching what everyone's doing. Sort of looking a bit impatient, but sort of letting you all figure things out. The elevator slowly creaks up. Van Renfield, what are you doing around this wagon?
Does it have any kind of like window or anything? You said there was a door on it.
Yeah, there's
Like
no
a locked door.
There's no window. It's really only just this. Or no, there are windows. And they're a bit foggy, but you are able to sort of see inside this wagon. And let me pull up my notes on what exactly you see.
I kind of want to just I want to investigate. I don't know that it's worth my time, but
you look inside and you see that roll a perception check.
I think it's 17 because I don't think I have a plus anything on that. But
On perception? Let's see.
yeah, 17.
Okay. You look inside and you're able to see that there's a large wooden chest. There appears to be a bed in there, a rather small one, sort of like a cot with a chest, and a few draperies, some nice sort of cozy decoration. You are able to see that you sort of like look around and you're able to see that the door to the back of the wagon clearly has what appears to be some sort of mechanism that were you to try to open this door, it would trigger something.
Right.
You do also see that on the floor of the wagon, there is a rug, and it's sort of folded back on one of the corners. And under the corner, you can see what appears to be a trap door under the wagon.
Wait, I want to crawl under the wagon and check out, see if I can open up a trap door under there.
Sure. You crawl under the wagon and you sort of carefully shift yourself. But the trap door, you pull a small latch and it opens.
gonna crawl inside.
Okay,
Does anyone-
Extremely cautiously.
I got you.
There's clearly booby traps. I want to like feel around a little bit at first, you know.
Yeah.
Does anyone see him do this, or are we all just chilling inside? He's just.
Donovic is sort of looking out the window, but he seems the only one paying any attention to what Van Renfield is doing. Victor is just now getting onto the elevator as it comes to the bottom, and Zimnus seems to be waiting to do the same.
Gotcha.
You're right by the door, so if you're interested in what Van Renfield's doing, you can sort of peek out the door, but that's up to you.
Nah, I'm too distracted
Okay.
to do that.
All right. Van Renfield, you very gingerly, and I want you to make a dexterity check.
A save or like a skill check?
You can add your acrobatics to it.
Okay. $17.
17. You're very gingerly able to move inside. You're not rustling the wagon too much. But you are inside the wagon, and you see laid about in the room everything I listed before. However, you do notice that now on the door next to the mechanism, there appears to be a box that's sort of nailed to the wall of the wagon that you're still not sure exactly what it does, but it's some sort of box that would be triggered where you'd open the back door.
Great. So you said there's a trunk in there.
Yes.
I would like to try to open the trunk.
Okay.
Fool that I am.
Give me one moment. Xantix, as this is happening, you hear the elevator coming, and you begin to see Victor just holding tightly onto the chains as he's wobbling up in your direction. Okay. As you open the trunk, Van Renfield, you find inside a rather just hodgepodge of things, just sort of thrown in there. At the top, you see a battle axe that is a rather shiny silvered blade, laying on top of, as well as next to a dagger that's laid on top of several sets of clothes, some of them sort of fine, colorful, very Vistani garb, other of them more practical for traveling, nothing too fancy. You see a set of brown leather boots. You also find, strangely enough, you find a few wigs that seem to be decently realistic. Two of them blonde, one of them an old wispy white. You also find a harlequin mask inside. Under these clothes, you find a climber's kit, a disguise kit, a healer's kit, and a poisoner's kit. Next to those is an instrument, a lyre, Lyre, as well as a small set, a couple of pots and one pan. In the pot is a set of manacles that's sort of wrapped up in there.
So it was a lyre, a climber's kit, a disguise kit, a healer's kit,
a poisoner's kit, some copper pots and pans.
Yeah, some boots. Yeah, all that stuff
Yeah.
I got. Okay. What's this lyre thing that you're talking about?
It's an instrument.
Okay.
That's just what it's called. And you do notice that it has some rather very, like, almost very nicely gilded strings. This looks to be a very nice instrument.
Okay, I want to basically like start pulling this hall out the trap door, and I want to drag it into the tower. As
you begin to move the chest, like towards the trap door at the bottom, and also as Victor reaches the top of the elevator, you all begin to hear what sounds like the beating of hooves in the distance. And you also hear... And we're going to take a short break at that.
It's a good thing we're up here, huh?
Yeah.
Epic.
All right. Just a short break, 5 minutes. We'll be back. Let's go ahead and take it back. Okay. You all have just heard this howling. And Van Renfield, you stop moving the chest and you peer out the window of this cart, and you see that further towards the forest, where the land is very shallow, where you all came from, you see someone riding a horse. And this person is galloping very, very fast in your direction. And they are very, very closely pursued by what appear to be several werewolves and dire wolves.
I want to forget the chest, and I want to just pull out the axe and the dagger.
Okay.
And I want to jump out of this thing.
Where are you jumping out?
I want to jump out from under the cart.
Okay.
And I basically want to position myself. I'm going to position myself kind of where I want to be.
Sure.
I'm going to position myself like right here. And I want to like ready the axe.
Okay. All right.
Uh-huh.
I want everyone, as this is happening, to roll initiative.
15.
Okay, give me 1 second.
11.
Give me 1 second.
21.
23.
48.
Chase, 15. Hurry.
17, 12, 11.
I'm going to forget.
What'd you get, Findral?
15.
15. Malachi?
21. 18 plus 3.
Xantix?
11.
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty good for Xantix.
I know, right?
Where's Toad when we need him? Toad always had some banging
Van
rolls.
Renfield?
Initiative.
5.
5.
Ouch.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
That's worse than me. That never happens.
Let's see how Victor does. Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
Nat 20?
Boy got a 20. Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah.
Sleeper.
Good boy.
Okay.
Dude's got ice knife. We're good.
He can't cast it.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
The fact that he
No one can cast shit.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
like I went out and just spread his wings and just.
Mm.
Now he thinks he's like doesn't know how to.
Oh,
cast
my God.
fly.
I don't need you all's max HP anymore. This is amazing. Okay. You all just keep track and edit your health as we go, okay? As you usually do, I'm sure. But, okay.
No, I've been sticking at max health this entire time.
I never lower my
Wait,
health.
take a short rest before we fight.
Nope. Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. So, very closely behind this rider is now, as we see, several werewolves and dire wolves. However,
Werewolves, but die.
it is Victor's turn first. And Victor, hearing some howling, turns to you, Xantix, and says, "What is that?" And that's his turn.
The real gem, that one.
Yeah. First, however, are
Super useful.
these dire wolves. And you notice that this rider has a decent head start But these wolves are gaining fast. And these 5 dire wolves are going to get to go first. So.
Yikes.
As this one just catches up to the edge of the rider and makes its attack. And, however, does not hit as it's biting at the horse's legs. This one is just out of range, as are these 2. However, this 5th wolf is able to make the attack with advantage. And you can see it just bite the horse's leg. And the horse just neighs, but it keeps on riding as the rider continues to ready herself. Next, we have Malachi.
Oh, shit. So I just heard this stuff, but I don't really know what's going on.
You're starting to hear some barking and some, like, gnashing. But, yeah, that's...
Yeah, like, direwolves and shit. Like, we just fought. I just killed a bunch of them. So I'm going to peek around the scaffold first. Like, can I see them? Like, if I just peek my head around the corner of that building without really moving far?
10. So using 15 feet of your movement, you can peek around, and you're not able to peek all the way around the tower. However, you are able to see very far in the distance, just barely, some werewolves. And you can hear a lot more.
All right, can you just go back up to where I was? It's not...
Sure.
Okay. So how far is it to the edge of the scaffolding?
You've already used 15 feet of movement, so 5, 10,
So-
15, 20, 25 to be on solid ground.
I'm gonna get on solid ground.
So
I'm
you-
I'm gonna get as close as I can to rounding the corner and being able to go into the door where the rest of I
Okay.
assume everyone is. I have no idea that. I guess I heard Xantix and Piddle Dick and
You
saw
saw them
us-
go up the
you saw
elevator.
us go.
Yeah, you saw
Oh, that's
Victor
right. It
too.
was
Yeah.
the big weird. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
I nodded at you as I went up.
That's right.
There you go. That's the farthest you can get with your movement speed.
Now I'm gonna take my dash action.
Okay.
Get closer to the door.
You have 5 feet of movement.
So I see Van Renfield there. Yeah, I'm gonna get as close to Van Renfield as I can.
Okay. There's your full movement.
Bet we're good. That's it.
All right. Next up, we have your Spectre, actually.
I'm gonna have him go. He has a theory. Yeah, he has incorporeal passage too, just like Toby would, right?
He can pass through objects like they're people and objects like they're difficult terrain. So it would take 10 feet of movement to.
Okay, so it's just
Move
like
through.
Toby. I'm gonna have him go down through the floor. Other there's like a hole in that floor. He doesn't even. Yeah, I'm just gonna have him lower. I'm having him essentially get as close to the front door as possible.
Okay. So if he
So
goes
I guess-
down this hole, it's going to take him about 20. Let's see, 30. So it's going to take him 30 feet to get down to the bottom right here.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then he can dash action because I'm not having him attack.
He can.
Scared me. I'm gonna have him go and come outside to where I am, and just chill, and get right next to Van Renfield. Actually,
There you go. All right.
And he kind of floats up next to me, Van Renfield, like, like
it's a freaking like werewolf
Out by
specter.
for sure. It's like, ugh.
You'll get used to me having him.
And this specter actually would look like a werewolf, so it's very scary. Okay. Next is
Have to get some hot werewolf on werewolf action.
Xemnas is going to, and Bloodhawk are going to fly outside and step just to the right of the door. Xemnas, without much hesitation, is going to cast his Hunter's Mark on the wolf attacking the rider. And he's going to fire his longbow.
Does his hunter's mark work?
It does. Well, actually, let me see. If it would be a different type of... No, you're right, it doesn't. He reaches out his hand instinctually. However, nothing seems to really take hold. Good call.
Is it a cast? Because Hexblade's Curse is not a casting. It's just
It is a
Hunter's Mark
cast.
is a cast.
Oh, that sucks.
However, he
Not that I
does
even have
begin to fire both of his arrows, and they both do hit on this wolf. So... All right, dealing 19 damage altogether to this wolf as he let loose both the arrows, and both arrows find their mark and sink into this wolf. Doing a great number of damage. The wolf is still, however, up and biting, but it looks hurt. Next is Charlie the Bloodhawk. However, he is simply going to fly just beside you, Van Renfield, as you're now flanked by this Bloodhawk and this Spectre. Okay, Findraw, it is now your turn.
So Findrag is just going to kind of like hide right here.
Okay.
Ends his turn.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Uh, 16.
Actually, you would have to use your dash to reach that far.
Okay, well, I'll use it.
Never mind then. All right. Okay. Next, the werewolf's turns. Okay. As these werewolves are now beating forward in hot pursuit as well, this one reaching just close enough to make an attack. Two attacks. As it bites out at this horse. Dealing a decent bit of damage, but missing with its claw attacks. As the horse now is barely limping on, it's still trying to flee for its life. It's too even injured to kick back as this werewolf hounds it. You all do see 3 more werewolves come from the distance as they are also in hot pursuit. Okay. Donovic. Now, as his turn, steps forward, and you see him just sort of rolling his shoulders, readying himself for whatever encounter may be coming. He is going to cast. He is going to cast Bless on you, Malachi, you, Van Renfield, and Zimnus. So you now I get to add a D4 to any saving throw or attack roll you make. And he's going to ready himself as he steps forward through your Spectre, Malachi, and just next to Van Renfield. Xantix, it is now your turn.
Answering Victor's question. It sounded like wolves, maybe werewolves. Look, we can't do much, but maybe we can help them spot. Or actually, let's look around for some way to get rid of this field. Just search the room, and I'll start looking around.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, actually, let's make that an investigation check. Since you're able to see everything in the room, make an investigation.
Even better. Let's see. That's a 25.
25?
Yeah.
You quickly search around the room, sort of glancing around. The stove is a stove. The desk appears to have maps and things on it.
Really?
Nothing particularly interesting. However, the suit of armor looks incredibly pristine. And it looks simply out of place here up on this fourth story. And you're not quite sure, but you are rather positive that it does have some significance.
Oh, man. Either that's a living suit of armor or it's the cause of the anti-magic field. I can't cast anything.
Yeah. And everything else around the room is like, there's, a big wooden trunk, a bedside desk, or a bedside, like, table, and a desk covered in, like, maps and papers and stuff.
And please take your time. We're not facing down a shitload of werewolves out here or anything.
I mean, I can't do anything. How long did it take for us to get up here?
I'd say it would take you 2 full turns to get to the bottom. But the elevator is up top.
Can I lift the elevator up even more?
What do you mean?
Like, so it's flat with the ground, right?
Oh,
like,
so
there's
you're
not a
wanting to move the chain. You're wanting to like tie. It's not necessarily that like there's, the actual chains aren't even. It's something with the construction of the golems. They're pulling it slightly like jerky and like different rates, if that makes sense. But it's not that it's. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what my plan was.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to like, if this thing is like flat with the ground, there's not a hole going down.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna like lift it up and tie my rope to something and toss it down so that Piddlewick can get down faster.
Okay.
To help out, because I mean, if there's an anti-magic field, I'm pretty useless. But at least
go
Piddlewick
ahead and make
can do
a
something.
strength check. You can add your athletics.
Strength check.
Because, I know how athletic Xantix is.
Yeah. It's the same regardless, just so you know.
Yep, I know.
Oh, okay. 16 on the dice, so 15.
15. There's a sense of urgency, and you are actually, as your full action, as Piddlewick kind of runs up beside you, in his action, Piddlewick begins to tie the rope around you and around him. That's his action. But Xantix, you're able to.
I was gonna tie it off to something up here.
Oh,
so
okay.
that he can climb down.
Okay. Well, then as we'll say your whole entire action is spent lifting this elevator platform and telling Piddlewick tie the rope to something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
The
that's
only,
what I'll do.
Okay. You are actually in almost surprising yourself able to lift this elevator platform up as you're kind of tugging against these clay golems as they hold the chains tight, but you're just barely able to create enough room for Piddlewick to slide through.
And if I can, I'll yell down, up a little higher.
Okay.
See if it works.
Okay, but they all tug, and so it just like it's not meant to go any higher, so it just sort of like and just sort of begins to crack the wood a bit. But
Okay.
it doesn't really help you much, but
Fair enough.
okay. Now it is Toad's turn. As Toad is going to roll stealth. Toad quickly dashes, or not using the dash action, but hides behind the wagon and begins to hide, or hides under the wagon and begins to hide. And that is his turn for the moment. Piddlewick, as we said before, the only place for Piddlewick to actually tie the rope to is this large iron stove. He ties it and then rushes over with the rope ready and begins to slide under the elevator platform, and that's his turn as he's just beginning to slowly start hanging. He looks rather wide-eyed as he looks at you, but just sort of...
You got this, buddy.
Okay. Van Renfield, it is your turn.
Sorry, I would like my walking speed is how far I can move.
30 feet, yeah.
30 feet? Okay.
That's the farthest you can go.
If I... So here's how far I can go, right? 5,
Right there.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I strike that wolf from here?
No, not from here. No. What was the... How did we do the... Oh, hold on. It was... There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool. Forgot.
Damn. Then there's really no point in me doing that. Fuck, with no magic. All right. This is what I want to do. You can tell me if I can do it or not. I want to like run up there and shoot this wolf with my crossbow.
Run up where?
I want to like, essentially like here.
Yeah.
And shoot the wolf with my crossbow.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah, you had not... I don't remember you saying you pulled out your sword, so... Yeah, you...
I've got this axe in one hand, but I've got my shield on my back.
Yeah.
And I think I have dual wield as a feat of mine.
Not as a feat, no.
Did I
You
not
don't
pick
have
that?
dual
I guess I
wield,
didn't
no.
pick
I
Okay.
think you picked dueling as your fighting style.
Okay, yeah. My bad.
That's only melee. That's okay. But so you have the battle axe. However, you keep your crossbow loaded. So
Yeah.
you don't. You only need one hand to pull it out and make the attacks with it.
Yeah. Then I would like to do that. I want to
Yeah,
shoot
go
this
ahead.
bad boy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll one attack. Since you don't have the crossbow expert, you only get to use it once. So
Right.
go ahead and make one
Okay.
attack.
1 sec.
And you're making it at the wolf, correct?
Yeah.
This one?
Not at the not at the horse.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Okay. And not at the rider. I think the wolf is the problem here. All right, sweet. 18 plus 5. 23 to hit.
That hits.
1d6. 6. Fuck yeah. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 because I get to add the plus. Oh wait, no, it's sorry. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Is it a 1d4 or do I get to add plus 4?
What's the 1d4 plus 4?
Okay, so in that case, the
What?
damage.
Whoa. What's the 1d4 for?
Didn't Donovic like buff me and say that I could add
1d4 to hit, so not to damage. Let me double check that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to hit.
In that case, it's 8 damage.
I just want to. I don't want to screw this up, but like it is an anti-magic field. It should blast shouldn't be able to.
It doesn't matter because I hit anyway.
Yes, like it does. It does. But if
I can't do anything, no one can.
Well, yeah, that's true. Holy magic and magic aren't different in this case. Yeah. That's right. Donovic wasted an action and a spell. Okay, so that does still hit. However, and we will say your crossbow is now unloaded. It has no bolts in it, and you would need a free hand to load it back for another attack. But just keeping that in mind.
Got it.
Correct.
Okay, what's your damage?
Damage was 8.
8. Okay, as you loose your crossbow bolt into this wolf, and I'll mark that red as he is damaged. And he's looking. The wolf is now looking very hurt as the bolt just sinks into its right shoulder, just under where Xemnas's arrow landed as well. This wolf is still standing, still looks dangerous, but very, very hurt. Okay. All right. It is now Victor's turn as Victor, looking around for something to halt this anti-magic field, begins to run over 5, 10, to this desk and begin just looking over everything. And he spends his actions just going through papers. All right.
Did you find anything?
1 moment. Sorry. I actually skipped the writer. Give me 1 moment. Sorry, guys.
Xantix, you didn't do anything to that suit of armor, did you?
No,
The writer.
because I wasn't sure if it was just going to become alive like that one time. I'd be pretty fucked if that happened.
As you approach Van Renfield, you do get a better look at this rider. This is a woman in a very bright orange coat, wielding a short sword in one hand as she's trying to ride away. She's got long brown hair, and this coat looks very, very nice with golden buttons. You actually are able to recognize some of her features as similar to those of Vistani. She continues to ride forward, and as you approach, she looks very shocked, almost annoyed, but just, skips her horse directly by you. These animals are, however, going to get attacks of opportunity. And that one hits. That one misses. And as she attempts to get away, the wolf here bites at her. And she almost gets away, but just before she can, this werewolf here leaps forward and slashes out at the horse's heel. The horse neighs and frantically tries to run more, but blood is falling and just spewing out from its back ankle. The horse falls to the ground and just squirming and reeling in pain. And the rider is thrown from the horse as well. Give me one moment. So, we will take the horse away. Still getting quick with roll 20, guys, but trying to work with it. Because here we now have this rider. The rider falls to the ground, spends half of her movement quickly trying to stand back up, and you can see now, Van Renfield, that she is very wounded. You can see that blood is coming out of her neck, and you can see that she has a gnarly slash across her left ribs that has tattered some of her coat. But she has her short sword, and she pulls out a hand axe in her left hand, and she just sort of stops and goes, "I don't know what you're doing here, but I think we have a fight on our hands if you're willing." And she just sort of slowly steps back and uses the rest of her movement to step just beside you, Van Renfield, as she readies herself and holds her action.
Can I like take a like? Can I reply to her? I guess I don't know.
Just something that would be very quick.
Like, yeah, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Sure, your turn will be before hers.
There's just no fucking time for me to say the shit that I want to say, and that's all right.
Okay. All right. As you do try to say things, it's now the wolves' turns. This wolf, still now rethinking and re-recognizing, sees that you're the one who shot the crossbow bolt at it. So it now lunges towards you. Actually, these wolves seem to be very cunning, as these werewolves are seemingly ordering them to rush forward.
Oh, I know how it goes.
This wolf rushes forward, but waits to attack. And it waits to attack as this wolf is now beside it. Now feeling emboldened by a wolf, by another one of its pack, this wolf gets advantage.
I can use those pack tactics.
Yep. Okay. That is a 20 to hit. Van Renfield, you take 7 points of piercing damage. It is now...
Nobody makes me bleed but me.
What makes me bleed my own blood?
Makes me bleed my own blood. Okay. It is now the second wolf's turn, and this one is going to attack the woman. And it also gets advantage. Okay. 18. And this one hits as well. 7. Okay. As this wolf lunges out and bites at this woman, you see that she sort of holds up her arm to block it, and you see that there is a bit of magical energy surrounding her at this moment that seems to be there but kind of fizzle as she seems to have entered this anti-magic barrier. So whatever magic seems to have been on her a second ago, and she seems ready for, she seems a bit surprised as this wolf's teeth sink into her arm and just begin to tear, and you see blood begin to pour out as she takes a bit of damage as well. It is now the rest of the wolf's turn.
That's what I was gonna call out there. Was like, there's an anti-magic field,
Yeah.
but like
5, 10, 15. This wolf is now going to lunge out and attack at her. Getting its pack tactics as well. And that's a hit. Seven more. As you can see now that this wolf again bites at her leg, and her clothes are now tattered. She's beginning to really start hurting. You can see 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As this wolf comes around you, Van Renfield. And that is a natural 20.
oh, we are so fucked if we don't get rid of this.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is... Oh, geez. That is 19 points of damage, Van Renfield.
Damn.
Fucking seriously?
Yep.
Jesus.
That wolf rolled very, very well.
19? Christ.
Yeah. Dire wolves,
All right.
man. They hit hard. Okay. As the last wolf just readies itself just near you, Van Renfield, just barely out of your reach, Malachi, it is now your turn.
All right, so there's 4 of them surrounding them. Is what I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
All right,
4, and
which
then there's 5. There's one more wolf, and there's 5 werewolves ready to pounce.
All right, so scoot back up. So how many feet for me to get like 10 within range of the one? Do I guess Enron's left since he's facing them?
That's what you got.
Is that within range? Yeah.
That is actually within range. Yeah. Because your pole arm.
So I'm just gonna kind of run, slide, and just smack at that one with the pole arm, the skiffle. Let me pull out my die.
Sure.
16 to hit.
That. Sorry. Does hit.
Sweet.
If you want to go ahead and roll all your rolls.
Yeah, I'll go and do that. So then we just roll that. 21 to hit.
That hits.
And then I'm going to use the blunt end.
Yep.
25.
That hits.
Okay, so that would be 5 to 4. All 3 of those is 28 points of damage. 27.
27 points of damage.
27. 27 for all 3.
Got it. As you just... Van Renfield, you see just behind you as Malachi slides in and just slices with his scythe, brings it back up, cuts with the top of his scythe, and then just whacks the wolf with its blunt end. This wolf is very, very much hurt. Still dangerous, but very, very hurt.
God, that didn't fucking kill it. Then I'm going to, I guess, chill there.
Okay.
There's nothing else I can do, really.
It is now
that was
your-
all my movement, right?
Yeah. It's now your Spectre's turn.
All right. Well, I'm going to have my Spectre go up. He's closer, so I'm going to have him go up to that same one. Right in between me and him.
Perfect. It still has 5 feet of movement speed, by the way.
I'll have him go, one space to the right on our screen then.
Sure.
Not behind Van Renfield, but yeah, I'll just do that. And then I'll just have him attack. He
Okay.
got a +3 to hit, so that's 15 plus.
He has a +4 to hit.
18. And then he has a
3d6 necrotic damage.
This fucking bastard. +3 for my Spectre class.
No, he doesn't get he doesn't get +3 to damage.
Oh, well, it's still 13.
13. You watch as the specter in werewolf form just rushes up, and you can see this wolf very confused at what it's seeing. But this werewolf form just and just slashes, and this wolf immediately goes limp, dead on the ground. Is it?
Fuck yeah. He's gonna just chill there.
Dead. Okay. All right. It is now Xemnas' turn. Xemnas is going to fire out at the wolf he hit first. And that will hit. And Xemnas fires out his arrow, his first arrow, and you watch Van Renfield as this wolf, ready to lunge out at you again. An arrow flies straight into its collarbone, and it struggles for a moment as it falls limp and down on the ground. Xemnas then fires his second arrow for a natural 20.
Disgusting.
Fuck yeah.
Dealing 15 points of damage with one arrow to the wolf just in front of the rider. He then sends out Bloodhawk. .5 feet. And Bloodhawk gets a +7 to hit. On this same wolf. And it gets advantage. Dealing 7 points of damage. Okay. And that is now Xemnas' turn. Okay. As you all watch, it is now Findraw, your turn.
Indrog is going to stealth or try to go stealth behind the boxes he's hiding behind.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
I rolled a 15.
Okay, you are hiding behind the boxes.
And that's what he's going to do.
Okay. All right. It is now the werewolves' turns. The werewolves seem...
Did I get...
Go ahead.
Did Piddlewick and me? Is it...
We've not come around there yet.
Still the same round?
This is still the second
round?
Yeah.
Good lord.
Yeah,
Second
it's still
round,
a
yep.
while.
Wait, it's the second round?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's the second. I just went. That's
Yeah,
the
your
second
first
time I
round was
did.
the armor.
Yeah. I just thought I went before them last time. In
No.
my mind.
Nope.
Never mind.
All right.
No, you
Yeah,
had
he'll-
10 initiative.
Go
didn't you?
ahead. I got an 11.
Oh, I had a
The-
15, so you're all right. Yeah.
These werewolves rush forward. And Van Renfield, you are actually now feeling the bit of confidence from your allies, even without your shield, are able to parry off as these two werewolves rush at you. In fact, actually, let me get rid of this guy. It's actually these three werewolves, all of which try to pounce on you at the same time. But Van Renfield, even with just your sword, you are feeling empowered and angry and vicious as you just swipe it out to where their swipes, they can't get close to you. They're trying to swipe out at you, even their bites. One bite, however, does manage to get through. And I need you...
That one dude was left getting a scythe, too.
Okay. Give me one moment for that.
Yeah,
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Van Renfield.
$19.
19. You feel the werewolf's teeth sink into your arm, dealing 8 points of piercing damage. However, you feel whatever effect the werewolf has. You just feel your muscles tense, and you feel you fought off whatever effect. This one rushes forward and makes a swipe out at Charlie the Bloodhawk and misses with both its claws and its bite. And this one tries to ready itself on the outside, not quite able to come up to top and to reach its prey. It is now Donovik's turn.
Do I up my attack?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and make that attack.
Alrighty. 15.
15 actually hits.
I forgot. Yeah, werewolves have shitty AC.
Yeah.
Alright. And that's 11 points of damage. Oh, no, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Okay. I will mark that this is the one hit. As this werewolf approaches and Malachi just swipes out with his scythe. Ready to hit. Okay, Xantix, it is now your turn.
Okay. All right. So, I guess I'll actually let Piddlewit go ahead of me to like climb down the rope.
Okay.
And whenever he does that, then I'll. Well, I guess if he's underneath that, I don't necessarily have to hold this up anymore. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will move. I'm going to move right here. Yeah, I can do that. So I'm like right here. I am going to use my new feature that I've not used yet. Manifest. Where is it? Manifest Mind. Conjure forth the mind of your awakened spellbook, causing it to manifest as a tiny spectral object hovering in an unoccupied space of your choice within 60 feet of you. I'm going to make it manifest 60 feet away from me, just like in the air. So, like right here.
Gotcha.
In this place, just like way up in the
not
air.
affected by the anti-magic field?
It's one of my like class abilities.
It's not quite. Yeah, it's not quite a spell. It's just a effect. It's sort of a personification. It's more Xantix's essence than an actual spell.
Yeah.
Groovy. Your essence.
I don't really understand it, but I'm willing to accept it.
So yeah, I'm gonna cast it right there. As a part of that, I can use when I cast a spell and I have my manifest mind in place, I can cast it as if I am in the place of my manifest mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hope that that is far enough away outside of the thing, and just to be safe, I'm gonna be casting this from this direction in, because it's a I realized I've been casting cube spells wrong my entire D&D career, but it I can cast it from this direction, and it's a 30-foot cube. If it takes effect, I'm going to cast hypnotic pattern.
It has to come from the hand. So the anti-magic field would affect the hand, not where the spell hits. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So yeah, the anti-magic field is, for instance, if you had a spell that had a 120-foot range, like an anti-magic field wouldn't affect 120 feet away. Blast it out here, but that wouldn't make much of a difference. It'd still affect the hand.
Oh wait, hold up. Let me. Ah, goddamn. Fucking anti-magic fields.
What are you doing, Xantix?
So it would affect the hand.
If the anti-magic field affects that range, it would affect the hand, so it would prevent the hand from casting the spell, and you. Here's the thing. You casting a spell out here isn't going to make a difference if you're casting it from this.
Gotcha.
How an anti-magic field works
I see
is,
what you're saying.
If this is in the anti-magic field,
yes.
the spell won't work.
Yeah. Okay. I understand now.
Okay.
I'm still gonna try it.
Okay. What are you casting?
On hypnotic pattern.
Where are you casting it?
I'm casting it in. If I can draw a shape. Rectangle. Okay. From here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30-foot cube right here is where I'm trying to cast it, and just crossing my fingers that the hand is far enough away to cast a spell.
Okay. Your essence personifies out 60 feet away, and you see its magical energy begin to build up, and then it fizzles. However, just barely. Like, you really think it's going to connect, and then you even see the glow in the area it's casting, but it just barely fizzles out.
Damn. Okay.
Whatever this field's range is, this seems to be just on the cusp.
Can I see that? Can I see that happen?
Yes.
Like that specter from where I am?
Yeah.
Great.
It's up, like, I don't know, however far that is. Okay, well, I tried. You do what you can. Well, that was worth a shot. Victor, did you find anything?
Okay, and he's like still pouring through papers, but as you say that, he kind of stops. But, however, it's now Toad's turn. As Toad pulls out his short bow. Oh god, let's see if I can grab Toad here. Hold on. Oh jeez. Okay. Toad pulls out his short bow and fires from around the corner of the wagon at this werewolf who Malachi is attacking. Oh, man. Okay, that is a nat 20. All right.
Hell yeah. Oh,
So
that's
that is-
dirty. That's
that is
dirty.
Oh, geez. Okay, that is... Oh, my God. Okay, that's 8
be like
d6s.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be 9? Because it's 4. Oh no, that's 8. Yeah. They're 3 at our level.
Okay.
Attack is.
So that werewolf, that arrow sinks into the werewolf, and it sinks right into the werewolf's neck. And had this werewolf not have some sort of resistance to non-silvered or non-magical effects, this werewolf would be dead. But this werewolf now looks very, very hurt. Still dangerous, but very hurt as the arrow sinks into its neck. Not quite as much as the shot should have affected, but it still sinks deep. Okay, Toad is then going to... I'm not going to move him, but he's ducking behind the... Toad ducks behind the cart and just vanishes. Like, just absolutely vanishes. Okay. Piddlewick spends his turn climbing down this rope. And he's doing so rather quickly, but you're not able to see any more Xantix as you let go of the elevator latch, but you can just hear Piddlewick just climbing down this rope. Van Renfield, it's now your turn.
All right. Okay. So I want to I stow my crossbow. And I'm assuming I can't pull out my shield and take a move at the same time. I just have to swipe with my sword, right?
Okay, so
I don't know.
Right now you have your battle axe and your crossbow in your hand.
Right.
You're stowing the crossbow. And then as a bonus action, you can pull out your shield. That still leaves...
Is stowing the crossbow my whole action?
Stowing the crossbow is your free action. So that counts as pretty much nothing. However, that means you don't have a free action to pull out your shield. You have to use your bonus action to pull out your shield.
Okay. In that case, I want to...
But you do... Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying is, if you stow your crossbow, pull out your shield, you still have an attack. You still have 2 attacks.
Okay, great. I want to do that. I want to
Okay.
do that. I want to pull out my shield, and then I want to use this axe, and I want to take a swipe at that one in front of me.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
And you haven't told me what the axe does yet, so...
The axe does the same as a longsword, so...
Okay, great.
We can go ahead and... You can just... If you go to inventory, you can just add a regular battle axe. But it is silvered.
Cool. And it's silvered, right?
Yeah.
It's silvered. Okay, so my longsword, I get a... I got a 12 on the battle axe attack.
12 to hit?
Plus to hit. 12 to hit.
That just hits.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
12 base.
And so, same, right? So 9 damage.
Okay. You slash out at this werewolf, and it just sort of howls as it seems surprised as it takes the full brunt of the weapon's damage as the silver just cuts through its flesh. You can attack again.
Yeah, I want to hit the same guy again, I think.
All right, do it.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right, that is a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
And then a... Another 9 for damage.
Okay. You slash out at this werewolf again. It's still standing strong, but it's very, very angry now.
I want to use my shield move to try and knock him down.
I believe you need a bonus action to do that, and you used your bonus action to pull out your shield.
Okay, yeah, you might be right. Let's see.
Yeah, you can use a bonus action to try to shove the creature. So,
okay, never mind then.
All right, it is now the rider's turn.
I want to. Oh, can I also yell out to this rider
Yeah.
There's an anti-magic field.
She readies herself and she goes, I know that. And she...
Well, you look surprised earlier.
Okay. She swipes out at this wolf just in front of her. And she does so. Twice with her hand axe. And once with her short sword. And you watch as all three hit. As she just, with a very great deal of finesse, and you now notice that both of her blades are silvered. She swipes out with the hand axe, carving against the wolf's chest, brings it back in, cuts into the back of the wolf's neck, and then drives her short sword straight through the dire wolf's sternum and just slices her blades free as the wolf just falls to the ground, dead, now gushing. And just grits her teeth. Okay. It is now Victor's turn. As Victor, you see him stop Xantix, is what he says, and he holds up a piece of paper in his hand as he looks down at it, and he just goes, and he turns quickly back towards the animated armor, and he goes, and he holds up the paper and goes, Kazan! As soon as he says the word, you feel your entire body, Xantix, as if it's restored. And all of a sudden, you see a shimmering light just sort of go down through the tower. You now feel your magic abilities return. As Victor just looks very proud of himself as he casts light in his hand and goes, and just holds it up and goes, it worked! It worked! Okay. Turns to you. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I immediately slit my wrists.
I immediately kill myself.
Okay.
Chase,
all right.
if I'm reading anti-magic, I don't know if you're just following anti-magic field rules.
Mm-hmm.
I think that means that so it doesn't dispel the magic, it just suppresses it. So if someone is concentrating on a spell like Donovic, it doesn't really affect. Donovic's Bless would affect if there was concentration on it.
It's not quite.
It's a fly.
It's not quite that type of field. It's
Gotcha.
kind of a unique.
Gotcha.
And I have
I mean,
somewhere
it's definitely-
buried in my notes what exactly it's called, but for now it's an anti-magic field.
Yeah, it's definitely larger than a 10-foot radius
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, this is a very special, something
Gotcha.
different. Okay.
Cool.
It is now the direwolves' turns. They have just watched their 3 comrades fall. However, they still seem determined. As this direwolf rushes forward, ready to attack this rider. Ooh, and that is going to be a hit. Ooh, come on. Jesus. Okay. This wolf lunges out and bites out at this woman, and you can see that this bite, it hits just at her ribs where where an earlier claw mark had been made, Van Renfield, and you see this. This tears out a chunk of her flesh, and you can just see her reeling. You see her skin begin to go pale. She looks on the brink of death. However, it is this other wolf's turn, but this wolf is now going to lash out at Bloodhawk, who is right above it. But Bloodhawk just sort of flies up and out of the way, and this wolf can't quite seem to get at him. Okay, Malachi, it's your turn.
Malachi.
So the one next to Van Renfield is alive but been hit.
So the ones with red dots have been hit.
Okay, I'm gonna stay where I. Oh, no,
I
I've
will
already
say,
used
however,
Exploit's Curse.
you have not. Yeah, you have. This one looks way more injured. Still dangerous, but a lot more injured.
All right, I'm going to hit that one real quick. I'm going to do my first attack on that one. 16 to hit.
That hits.
All right, I'm going to do, and that's 9 points of damage.
You slice across its arm, and the werewolf howls, but it's still just baring its teeth.
Shit. I'm going to hit I'm going to take a step forward.
Okay.
And then hit the one in front of Van Renfield.
Okay.
26 to hit.
I'm going to mark it as brown, since it's injured, but not, like, bloodied. 26 to hit hits.
All right, and that's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage.
And then
As you now rush forward and carve at this one's shoulder, it slumps to the ground, but still ready to fight.
And then I'm going to take a step back to where I was and hit the other one with the blunt end. Actually, no, I'm going to hit the same one with the blunt end and then take a step back.
What? Okay.
No, the one in front
Gotcha.
of Van Renfield.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm